और शहबाज शरीफ साहब की मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का एक और स्कैंडल सामने आया और शहबाज शरीफ साहब ने ज़लज़ला मुतासरीन की इमदाद में लाखों पाउंड्स की खुर्द-बुर्द की। इस पर DFID का भी एक मौक़िफ़ सामने आया, उनकी जानिब से बयान दिया गया, जिस पर बरतानवी सहाफ़ी डेविड रोज़ की जानिब से ट्विटर पर भी मौक़िफ़ दिया गया। फिर उसके बाद हमने भी उनसे राब्ता किया और राब्ता करके हमने उनसे जानने की कोशिश की है कि किस तरह से वो अपनी खबर पर कायम हैं और जो हक़ाइक़ हैं वो किस तरह से पेश करना चाहते हैं। उन्होंने क्या कहा, आपको सुनवाते हैं। A while ago, the spokesperson for PMLN, Miss Maryam Aurangzeb was, talking on the media, and she has denied the allegations, and she was referring to the UK aid authorities, says that they have rebutted your response, and they have been saying that there hasn't been any ill practice going on, according to them.
Well, if you actually look at the article, and if you look at what DFID has said, they've not really rebutted anything. They've merely repeated the statement that they made, which I reproduced in full in the article. Every word of that statement is in the article. They've made a claim that I've provided no evidence. Well, I have provided evidence. So their statement is really silly because there is evidence in the article, and I invite you and your viewers to read it, and you'll see what the evidence is.
Okay, but you are saying this, but I'm reading a paper issued by the UK Aid Authority, and they are saying that UK's financial support to ARY over this period was for the payment of the results, which means we only gave money once the agreed work, which was primarily focused on building schools, was completed.
If you look at the article, what it says is that there was a evaluation written by DFID in 2008 into their aid programs in Pakistan. And this included quite a lot of stuff about ARY. If you Google DFID Pakistan 2008, you'll find this report very easily. What it says is that they were giving money not earmarked, that's their word, not earmarked money, but into the general budget for ARY, and they were raising concerns in this report that the money was not being properly accounted for, and yet they continued to give money. Now, I can't say for sure whether the actual money, the actual rupees or pounds or dollars, whatever currency you want to use, came directly from the money that had come from DFID. What is clear is that there is evidence which has already been presented in court in Pakistan when the former finance director of ARY pleaded guilty last year that money was taken from ARY, and the UK was the largest funder of ARY. So there are clearly big questions to answer, and what DFID is doing here is frankly blowing smoke.
And you believe that this money wasn't spent where it was intended to be spent? And DFID wasn't aware of this operation, whatever that was, embezzlement was going on.
There is evidence presented in a Pakistani court from the former finance director of ARY who has pleaded guilty to stealing money from ARY. And he says in his statement that some of this money he passed on to Ali Imran, the son-in-law of Shehbaz Sharif. That is evidence in a court paper filed in court in Pakistan last year. That is fact.
Okay, so now the PMLN says that this was the story which was a planted story according to them, and they are saying this was only issued and this was only printed because Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf is trying to malign their political stance in public eye. Do you have any proofs substantiating and evidence regarding this story?
You have a great future ahead of you, perhaps as a comedian, because this claim is so funny, it's not really worth spending any time on. First of all, Miss Aurangzeb, who has been attacking me today, I tried many times last week to contact her as the PMLN spokesman. I've met her in the past. She knows me. I sent her detailed messages. I tried to phone her again and again. She refused to answer any questions. So that was her attitude when I was asking her difficult questions.
So you are talking about Miss Maryam Aurangzeb, right?
Yes, that's right. Now, I don't know if she is responsible for this, but the PMLN has put out a photograph today showing me with Imran Khan, suggesting this is proof it was a planted story. There's just one problem with this photograph. It was taken last year. Indeed, it was tweeted by the PTI last year before the Pakistan election when I interviewed Imran Khan. And if you want to Google my interview with Imran Khan
But
published.
they are saying that you don't have any proofs regarding this story, and they'll sue you in the court, and they'll go to Britain and they'll sue you over there. So what I want to ask you is that do you have any substantial proof regarding this story, that whatever you have published in there?
I have. Every word in that story is supported by documents. Every specific allegation is supported by documents.
So you have these documents with you, right?
I certainly do.
Okay, so now tell me, they were alleging that you had interviewed Imran Khan Saab and recently, and they have feeded you this story, and you have used Mr. Shehzad Akbar's name in your story as well. So they believe that you have planted this story with the help of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and their associates.
Excuse me, can you tell me why would I take a planted story from the PTI or from Imran Khan? What a strange question. What interest do I have in supporting one side or another in Pakistan?
This is what I'm asking you, because they are alleging that you did that.
Well,
because
I can tell you,
I'm just asking you the question.
It's a lie.
It is a lie. Do you believe that this? What do you say of that picture that they are sharing on the social media?
I met Imran Khan more than 12 months ago in May 2018. I have had no contact with Imran Khan since that day.
And this was before elections? Before the general elections in Pakistan, right?
Exactly.
So now, what are you going to do next? Because you have done quite a few stories about Mr. Nawaz Sharif and the alleged corruption practices of PMLN. So what are you going to do next about this?
I've done 2 stories. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I shall wait to see what evidence I discover, what I find out that's interesting that I might write for my readers. What I'm actually going to do next is go on holiday.
So tell me one thing, because PMLN are categorically saying that they'll go to sue you and they'll go to a court against you. But as far as I remember, last year you did a story for their property of worth around 32 million pounds, and they were saying that they'll sue you again. So did they sue you back then?
Nope.
They did not?
No, they did
they send you any legal notice related to that story?
They didn't send a letter. They didn't send an email. They did nothing.
They didn't even try to contact you. And when you tried to contact Miss Maryam Aurangzeb, she did not want to respond.
She responded to me last year. I met her in Islamabad. This year, she refused to respond to any of my texts. I tried to phone her. The call was terminated. She would not talk to me.
Because as a fair journalist, you wanted to have both sides' opinion, and you tried to contact Miss Maryam Aurangzeb, but she did not want to have any conversation with you regarding this matter, right?
That is exactly right. I sent her a detailed message on WhatsApp. I did speak to Suleiman, the son of Shehbaz Sharif.
So now tell me this thing, this story that has been posted by DFID media team, and they say that UK aid rebuts mail on Sunday story on support for earthquake victims. So what are you going to do about this? Are you going to contact them? Are you going to clarify your position regarding this story?
Well, I put out a tweet today which does clarify my position. I think that their statement is silly. I think it's misleading and inaccurate, but that's their business.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. David Rose, for talking to us. So डेविड रोज साहब की ये गुफ्तगू थी, और वो ये कहते हैं कि इस स्टोरी से पहले उन्होंने मरियम औरंगजेब साहबा से रब्ता करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन उनकी जानिब से इस स्टोरी के मामले पर उनसे बात नहीं की गई। साथ ही हमने उनसे पूछा कि क्या आपके पास इस स्टोरी के साथ इसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए डॉक्यूमेंट्स मौजूद हैं। उन्होंने कहा उनके पास डॉक्यूमेंट्स मौजूद हैं जो इस स्टोरी को सपोर्ट करते हैं। साथ ही उन्होंने यूके एड अथॉरिटी की जानिब से जो क्लेम किया गया था DFID की जानिब से कि पैसे सही खर्च हुए, उन्होंने कहा उस हवाले से वो ट्वीट कर चुके हैं। लीगल बैटल के हवाले से उन्होंने कहा कि वो लास्ट स्टोरी जो नवाज शरीफ साहब की एक एलिजिड प्रॉपर्टी थी 32 मिलियन पाउंड्स की, उस हवाले से उन्होंने कहा कि उस पर भी नून लीग की जानिब से उनसे कोई रब्ता नहीं किया गया, ना ही कोई उन्हें लीगल नोटिस सर्व किया गया। जो तस्वीर शाया की गई है सोशल मीडिया पर गर्दिश कर रही है इमरान खान साहब से मुलाकात से मुतालिक, उस पर भी वो ये कह रहे हैं कि वो अब इस हवाले से बता रहे हैं कि वो इलेक्शन 2018 से पहले की तस्वीर है जो कि इस वक्त सोशल मीडिया पर गर्दिश कर रही है।